some new shoes. 50 hours overtime. Fashion week. Can't get no sleep. Tonight, Monday will come down out of the house.
Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Now here's Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Davis, a screen. Back to Suggs. Clock at 6. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. And Banchero gets it to go.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
On the wing, Rozier. To the inside. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Great D that time from Banchero. And so it's Highland who brings up the ball for New Orleans. It's a three-point game. Suggs outside. Pass to Banchero. And the layup is good off the glass. Banchero's got 5 now.
I mean, 6'10", about 250. Banchero imposing his will inside.
Back to Caldwell Pope. And here's a Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Banchero. And it's Pelicans ball. Highland looking for an opening. Pass to Davis. And the shot falls short that time.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Up top, Rozier. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Back to Johnson. Outside, Highland. Pass to Banchero. Suggs outside. Left side, Davis. Banchero hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, with his bigger build, Banchero sets a solid pick, and then he quickly rolls into open position.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Rozier. To the middle. Looking to end the run. Here's Okongwu. And Atlanta misses again.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, A.D. put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Now here's Rozier. He's scoreless, and the shot goes in.
Well, it took them 4 tries to get their first bucket. Let's see if they can build off that.
Suggs, right side. Pass to Prince. And a miss there on the triple. Hawks trail by 8. Rozier with it. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Here's a Kongwu. Johnson on the wing. The 3. That one no good.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Left side, Highland. And here's Banchero. He's got 10. Sinks that one from the post. Banchero's got 12.
And I think we're going to see a lot of nights like this from Banchero. He is built to score and never seems to take a play off.
Pass to a Kongwu. Back to Johnson. Nice move. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Now Highland. Still no points. Suggs outside. Back to Highland. Fires the 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Hawks trail by 10. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
To the left side wing. It's tipped. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflection because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Shot clock at 6. Here's Valanciunas. Lets it go from 11. Misses off the right iron. New Orleans leading by 10. Now here's Barnes. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Misi. There's the triple. Dillingham, no good. Hawks trail by 10. Here's Moody. Yet to see a basket. Here's Rozier, guarded by Reed. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
And when you look at Rozier, such a fantastic scorer, a gear-shifting, talented guard who continues to improve.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Back to Barnes. It's Powell on the wing. And again, no good by New Orleans.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Valanciunas sets a screen. Moody from outside. Misi grabs the board. And it's New Orleans ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Pass to Powell. Driving inside. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Pelicans.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Now here's Wright. And there's the drive. Let's go with a 3. Dick with a miss. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. It's Powell on the wing. It's Reed, high post. To the wing on the left. And there's the screen. Here's Dillingham. Oh, trains the 19-footer. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Norman Powell. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Down low. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Rocking that rim. Jonas Valanciunas, the very big man from Lithuania.
Powell outside. Oh, deflected. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Hield. No points so far. 5 to shoot.
They're amped up on D, contesting everything.
Valanciunas, good.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
New Orleans leading by 9. Barnes with it. Powell right side. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
And that's a foolish pass. Plain and simple.
Hawks trail by 9. Pass to Valanciunas. Powell with a steal. Now here's Reed. Cuts off the pass. To the paint. Here's Hield. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
When you talk about the best shooters in the NBA, Buddy Hield has to be in the conversation.
Hield hits them both. Here's Dillingham. Outside Barnes. Powell outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Reed. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Hawks trail by 9. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Hield. From deep. Misi grabs the board. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Powell outside. Fires the 3. Gets the 3-ball to go. And it's a 12-point New Orleans lead.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Paolo. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Got a piece of it.
Well, Suggs is an elite on-ball defender. We don't see a lot of blocks by a guard.
Hawks trail by 12. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Hield. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Dick. Dillingham with a rebound. New Orleans leading by 14. Suggs outside. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Number 1, Jalen Johnson.
Hawks trail by 14. And here's Wright. No made baskets yet. Pass to Hield. Outside Johnson. From the wing. No good off the back of the rim. Here's New Orleans now. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face them. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. Now here's Suggs. Rejected by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas just being a bully on defense there. Great job positioning himself to get that ball.
So both teams changing it up here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Banchero. Atlanta with a rebound. Now Wright. Pass to Hield. Inside. Here's Dick. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Dick's got his first 2 points of the night.
The find from Buddy Hield. I'd like to see him do that more. Spread the ball around.
Back to Powell. Banchero outside. Powell left side. Lets it go from deep. That one is off. Hawks trail by 12.
Pelican foul. Charles Gibson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. And stolen by Banchero.
I just don't love the passing angle there. Might have been better to reset.
And that one drops.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Kleba outside. Here's Dick. Rebounded by Suggs.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Banchero outside. Takes the 3. No good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Johnson. From the arc. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And here's Dillingham from the arc. Drops in the 3. Dillingham's got 7 points in the game. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. New Orleans leading by 15. Pass to Highland. That one's wide left. Now here's Moody. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Rozier. To the inside. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Davis. Back to Highland. Here's Boston. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. The three from Banchero. Good D by Kangwoo.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Moody from outside. Offensive board. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Outside Moody. Tries the spin move. Deflected. Here's Boston. Here's Prince. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Prince has got his first basket.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Hawks trail by 15. Rozier outside. Caldwell Pope for three. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Here's Brent. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Banchero the screen. Six on the shot clock. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
And Banchero is just so enthusiastic. He keeps raising the energy he's bringing to the offensive end.
To the paint. Stolen by Davis. Davis a screen. Prince on the attack. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Rozier with it. Highland covering. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Rozier. Three-pointer. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Shoots over Davis. And Atlanta misses again. And so Banchero will bring it up for the Pelicans. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Moses Moody. How about Paolo Banchero, coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable.
Outside, Finney Smith. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Okongwu. And miss after miss right now. New Orleans leading by 20. Pass to Highland. Outside Davis. The fader. Here's Boston. And a missed layup. Hawks trail by 20. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Rozier outside. Back to Caldwell Pope. And here's Moody. 11 feet out. It's rebounded by Banchero.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Kept alive. Here's Boston. Out left to the wing. Davis with it. Second chance shot. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. 80 is towards the top of that list.
Pass to Rozier. Outside Finney-Smith. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. New Orleans leading by 22. And there's the whistle. That'll go on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Pelicans. Number 33, Leonard Miller.
Goes up at the stripe. Miller can't get it to go.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rozier. And Atlanta misses again.
Can't blame them. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Outside, Highland. Miller with it. Pass to Prince. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Pelicans ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And here's Rozier. Pass to Valanciunas. Healed with the ball. Here's the three. The shot off that time.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Outside, Highland. Off target with the three. Now Caldwell Pope. No points yet. Left side healed. Pass to Kamari. 6 to shoot. For three, Caldwell Pope. Counted from distance. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Well, that's what Caldwell Pope is out there to do. A terrific shooter from three-point land.
Here's Highland. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Hawks trail by 19. Rozier looking around. Pass to Kamari. Now healed. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
And it's good. 2 points.
Well, that's just the physicality from Suggs, fighting off defenders in close.
Pass to Hield. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And stolen by Suggs. And it's the Pelicans on the break. Right side, Highland. Down low. Out to Powell. Back to Gibson. Rebounded by Kamari.
Okay, that's how you stop a dunk. The defender brings the interference in a big way.
Back to Valanciunas. Rebounded by New Orleans. 22 was their biggest lead. And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. So both teams making some changes here. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Barnes. Launches it. It's rebounded by Dick.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Right outside. Shoots from the right block. And he gets the jumper to drop. Valanciunas has got 6 points.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
And that's a foul called on DeLon Wright. That's his first foul. Floats one. And here's Dillingham from the arc. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. He's got 10.
Yeah, when you look at Barnes' assist numbers, they show you can run your offense through him, not your average wing.
Pass to Dick. Tipped. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. On the wing, Davis. And Davis slams it home.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
Well, at 6'11", 275, Valanciunas can really carve out space down low.
Pass to Powell. Shot clock at 5. Davis a screen. Beyond the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Davis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice work from AD. He finds his comfort zone behind the three-point line.
Now Valanciunas. Check by Davis. Pass to Wright. Outside Hield. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. Hield's got 7.
Long-range shots like that, almost effortless for Hield. Every chance he gets, he'll take that shot.
Left side Barnes. Outside Davis. Powell right side. With the fadeaway. It's not going to go for him. Healed with the defensive effort. Now here's Dick. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Healed on the wing. Here's Johnson. Shoots over Davis. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Reed. Lets the three fly. They get it back for three. Davis can't hit. Oh, it's stolen away. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. That'll be a 5-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Prince with the bucket.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost them 3.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Rozier. Johnson with it. Puts up a 3. Barnes with the rebound.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Both teams will make substitutions. The Pelicans lead by 23. Pass to Prince. Here's Misi. Back to Prince. And Carroll with it. He's marked by Finney-Smith. Here's the lob. It's tipped. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Okongwu with it. Pass to Moody. Here's Rozier. Moody on the wing. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And there's the whistle. That'll go on Terry Rozier. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Here's Dillingham. He's got 10. And he's going for the oop here. Throw it down on the lob.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. Outside Moody. And here's Rozier. The 3 is up. And Moody is good for 3. Moody's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
Barnes with it. Now guarded by Moody. Back to Prince. It's stolen by Okongwu. To the inside. Caldwell Pope. To the wing, right side. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Prince. 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now Rozier. Left side Moody. Ooh, poked away. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Finney-Smith with it. Here's a Kongwu. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Okongwu's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Dillingham. From behind the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans liking their chances. Ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. The hustle.
37.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Pelicans. Banchero outside. Back to Suggs. Banchero right side. Shoots a fadeaway. Atlanta with the rebound.
Yeah, trying to get separation from the defense right there. Just couldn't get it to go.
Three-pointer Rozier. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Banchero the screen. Back to Highland. Pass to Banchero. The fadeaway. Okongwu with the rebound. Hawks trail by 12. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Now here's Caldwell Pope from deep three-point land. And he can't get that one.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Pass to Prince. Back to Suggs. Uses the glass on the layup.
Look, Suggs knows how to assert himself inside. You give him a lane and he will attack.
Here's Kamari. And here's a Okongwu for 3. Nope, 4 for 7 now. New Orleans leading by 14. Now here's Highland. Banchero outside. Pass to Prince. Suggs outside. To the paint. Here's Banchero. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Willie Green had some advice for the team over that last break. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And the foul on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Back to Davis. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Hacked on the shot, and that'll send him to the line for three. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another thing to look at is their impressive block numbers. They have not been giving shooters an easy time tonight, knocking away lots of shots.
Left side Barnes. For three, Powell. He drops it from range. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
Yeah, passing is a real skill of Barnes. He will make smart choices with the ball.
Outside Dick. Picked up by Okongwu. 4-3. And Atlanta misses again. The Pelicans lead by 14. Outside Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in.
Inside is where Barnes is most effective, taking point-blank shots.
And it's Rozier with the ball for the Hawks. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Outside heel. Stolen by Davis. Suggs, right side. From down in the low post, it goes.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Oh, he picked him clean. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. Hawks trail by 18. Dick with it. Pass to Kamari. A shot to stop the run. Knocks down the long J. Kamari's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. The Pelicans lead by 15. Outside Barnes. Reed with it. Suggs, right side. Pass to Powell. Hield comes with a double. 4 on the clock. Here's Davis. And another one falls for New Orleans.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Outside Dick. Rozier outside. Back to Dick. Out to the wing. Pass to Kamari. Takes it inside. Davis knocks it loose.
No chance. Davis just too much to handle on the defensive side.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. The Pelicans lead by 17.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Boston. Pass to Dillingham. And here's Banchero, covered by Johnson. Fader on the way. And Banchero gets it to go. Banchero's got 19 points.
Oh my, sinking yet another mid-range jumper.
Johnson on the wing. The baseline J. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
Nice high release on Johnson's jumper. He really believed in that shot.
Pass to Misi. Here's Boston. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And here's Rozier. Outside Johnson. Over Dillingham. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Well, that's only his first turnover of the game, but you know he'd like to have that one back.
Now Rozier. Here's Valanciunas. Misi grabs the board. Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 13-5 run. They set the pick. Pass to Prince. Now here's Banchero. Covered by Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Fade away. Atlanta with the rebound. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Banchero outside.
2 minutes remaining.
Picked by Prince.
2 minutes.
Banchero outside. Oh, sweet move. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Sinks it from distance.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Prince. Pass to Boston. Banchero the screen. There's the three. The shot by Misi, no good.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions. And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Pelicans.
I think it was their play in the paint that got them the win tonight.
And the defense seemed powerless to stop them down low, resulting in plenty of high percentage shots for them.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And we get spoiled sometimes, but we should take a second to appreciate what a sensational performance this has been from Paolo Banchero.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
The three from Prince. Drains the triple.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Moody misses. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Dillingham. The rebound by Moody. Rozier outside. And so New Orleans takes this one by a large margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't.
in Florida, but one California, the red bottom blue is so hard in the hills. I'm at the dock with my arm in the wheel. This not no movie, I'm starving for real. This ain't no job, I'm starving for real. I'm hungry for real, I'm barring for real. I'm warm for real, hands up, this a cool